Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 36 of my Ruthless SSF run on the Settlers League. The Ignite Earthquake Chieftain, this is going to be by far the most janky trash character I make this league. I have no idea how far I'm really going to be able to take this character. It is pretty awful, but we're going to keep trying because why not? There's not going to be a stream this week. I am sorry about that, but I just have way too much going on. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. I am still trying to make my way towards an Ignite PROLIF. Unfortunately, I just cannot get one. But even if I do get what I want for a reroll, I'm going to wait and at least push this character to level 84. That way I could see if the gear upgrades could actually make this character a lot more fun to play. So no matter what, I'm going to stick with this guy for a little while. I did use my Reflecting Mist on a Chaos Ring, and I gotta tell you, it's not perfect, but that thing has 83 Chaos Res, which is disgusting. 225 life. It is a little scary that it makes enemies do so much flat fizz to you, but I could absolutely see switching to that ring for like Shayula or something like that. Or maybe even just like, I don't know, I might just use it on a character that's really tanky. I have no idea. Either way, it's probably the best ring I've made this league using the Reflecting Mist, so I'm not going to complain too much. I can clear tier 16 on the Earthquake character, but it is rough. I mean, like you saw, like I killed the boss, I didn't die or anything like that. But man, my damage, my damage is pretty bad. It takes me like, I don't know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes for every boss fight, which is pretty rough, but you know, it could be worse. I did hit level 80 on this character. It took me a little more than 10 hours. I'm actually kind of impressed with how fast this character went. The only time a map feels slow is when I'm killing the map boss, but every other time actually feels pretty nice. I did take a short break. I ran like, I don't know, 3 or 4 maps or something on my Lightning Tendrils character. I really wanted to like get a refresher on what this character needs. I just don't think the transfigured version of Lightning Tendrils is that good. Maybe for like Ignite, that sounds pretty funny, but I have no idea. That's a nice jewel. Alright, so I changed up the character a little bit. I dropped 4 points of damage, put him in defense. I went from having like 6k armor with determination to just under 11k, which feels fantastic. It also gave me +1 all res, which is awesome. I could put another point in the armor mastery to get to 84 all res, but it just doesn't really feel necessary right now. At level 84, I have some decent gear upgrades to put on. I'll be able to get a lot of like fizz taken as fire and lightning and whatnot. The biggest issue I have right now is just staying alive. So if I could solve that problem, which to be honest with you, just by getting that little bit of armor, it feels way better. Like before, every time a skeleton would shoot me, I'd have like 1k life left. It was terrible. Also on top of that, my plan is just to farm some like between tier 11 and tier 13, maybe for a day or two, and either go to higher tier maps or reroll another character. I'm not really sure yet. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. So I changed my first Atlas skill tree to be nothing but Scarab drops. I have 104% increased Scarabs found in maps, which is pretty fantastic. I mean, it's still going to take a while to farm some Scarabs, but I mean, it's going to be nice not to like do any higher tier stuff and just chill and do some farming. Try to figure out this character. I would like to take it further, but I have no idea what's going to happen. So we did push for level 81. I'm not really dying very often, but I still have the same issue of my maps just take so long to complete. I still die every now and then. It's mostly just to like walking up to the wrong pack, but for the most part we are surviving a lot more often. I had no idea what these boots were. I totally forgot about the whole Necropolis boots being added or whatever, which is pretty cool. I did end up killing Veritania, and I still had the mastery that gave her 50% more life and 25% less damage taken. The fight took like 3 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that, so it was a pretty long fight, but I didn't die, so I mean, it's a positive, right? Also, another thing that would really help this character, if I got Earthquake to level 20 and Val'd it, I think Val Earthquake would feel amazing on this guy, but not because of the Ignite, just because I'm a Chieftain, and that's kind of my big problem I'm having with this character. It doesn't really feel like I'm playing, like, Ignite Earthquake. It feels like I'm just playing Chieftain, to be honest. The Fire Pops kind of, like, overshadow everything else you do, so I don't know. But I mean, I'm obviously not going to turn it off because it's amazing. Anyway, though, got 60 fusings, decided to throw those all in a body armor. It's kind of funny, the league that we get the most currency we've ever seen is the league I just get absolutely no sixlings. Well, besides the one. We hit level 82 not too long after. Like I said, you know, we're dying way less often. Every point I get now is making me just a little bit tankier. And the build is starting to feel better. But like I just said a second ago, it doesn't feel like I'm playing anything other than Chieftain. Because, like, even when I want to kill a boss fast, like you saw right there, it wasn't because of my damage. It was just because of the Chieftain explosion. So, I don't know about this character. I don't know how I feel about that. But hey, it could be worse. I dropped the Herald of Ash ring, which did reduce my damage even more. But now my Chaos res is only like -10 or something. So on the bright side, that's just one less thing I have to worry about. I mean, it's not crazy, but it's still good. Alright, so for a little while, I'm going to try farming a few tier 14 maps, even though I'm really squishy. I did end up retaking that node that gives monsters 50% more life, but they do 25% less damage. Not sure how it's going to go, but the reality is this guy dies like once every like 6 or 7 maps, even on just like tier 12. So if I'm going to die, I should at least do a higher tier, so I'm earning more XP at a time. Hopefully I can stop dying though, but man, when you're this slow, it is pretty difficult. I don't think this character is going to be like dead on arrival. I'm having doubts about how far I can push it. I might have to reroll another character and come back to this guy, but I at the very least want to hit level 84, because at level 84 I have like a nice helmet that gives me Fizz taking his lightning and stuff like that. I also have a pretty decent pair of boots I can put on, so I'm not giving up hope on this character, but it is going to be a very rough journey. I decided I had way too much currency, so I threw a bunch of it onto a random blue pearl amulet I found. I don't even necessarily need this base for anything, but I mean, it could be nice if I ever make another mana character this league, which at this point I don't intend on doing, but I mean, you never know in Ruthless. You kind of just like play what you find, obviously. I used a ton of stuff, and one Chaos Orb made a +1 amulet, which is fantastic. I finally finished off my Searing Exarch. I got the fire damage over time multiplier. Now we just need the 10% fizz take, or 10% of fizz converted to fire, and my damage should go up by a decent amount. My damage is never going to be like incredible. It's never going to feel amazing, but it'll be a lot better. I got another lens temple saved up. I got like 5 of them at this point, maybe even 6, which feels really nice. I really don't want to double corrupt anything on this character outside of the earthquake. But I gotta tell you, it's a pretty big risk because losing any bit of quality on this is going to be horrible. Because my damage goes down so much. Every 1% gives me damage, basically. Got a Dancing Dervish. I would really like to play Intuitive Link again, but there's no way in hell I'm doing that on a 5 Link. Like, Intuitive Link is already weak just because, like, you're giving up your weapon and your offhand, which is a pretty big deal, especially now that stuff like Svalin exists and whatever. So I'm definitely not going to do it on the 5 Link. That would be pretty extreme. Decided to do some delving just to get some XP because I'm really close to getting to 84, and 84 is basically the last chance this build has. Like, if I put on all that new armor, oh hey, I need that. If I put on all that new armor and this character still feels bad, I mean, it doesn't feel bad, but it just doesn't feel good, then this guy will probably get abandoned very quickly. But I'm definitely going to wait. We did hit level 84, very happy about that. And we grabbed the new gear, and as you can see, my armor goes up by a pretty decent amount. Oh, wait. 1 second. Pretty determination, man. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's still not crazy. We're still under like 13k, but hopefully that'll be enough to make like a big enough difference. Also, I do have the modifier for Fizz taking his fire, which is fantastic. And I can tell you already that like difference in my survivability was so disgustingly like noticeable. I don't know how I was mapping before this. I really don't. Like, it feels so much better. I killed Hydra without dying. I tanked all kinds of stuff. I really don't know how we got to level 84. This is a rough build to level with, but after I got that armor, it definitely jumped up by quite a bit, but it is still very rough. I still would not recommend this to anybody unless you like extreme jank like me. Found some really nice boots. Obviously, the implicit is useless, but I mean, hey, I'll take it, man. You never know. Even though I can do like Hydra and Minotaur and all that stuff, the courthouse map is still terrifying. I did end up dying once, which hurts my soul because XP is rough. I'm probably going to push for 85, but I did get another Exalted Orb, which, you know, can hit the axe. Oh my god, dude. Why crit multi? Out of everything I possibly could have gotten, attack speed would have been insane, any physical damage would have obviously been insane, and because we're Avatar of Fire, even if we got like tier 2 or tier 3 fire, or sorry, flat lightning, that would still feel amazing, but unfortunate. I don't think I've hit one good Exalted this league. I'm trying to think. I think I've used only Exalts on my Scepter and the Axe, I believe. Yeah, my fusings have been terrible. My exalts have been terrible. and Alva is just not happy with me. I went for a big fusing here, and of course that that also failed. So after waiting so long and failing so many 3-to-1 attempts, I finally got the gem I was looking for. Ignite PROLIF, just a random drop in the League mechanic, you gotta love it. I don't know if I'm gonna reroll right now, I might do it very soon, but I kinda wanna keep playing a little bit more. I got an Omen of Blanching. If I got 3 whites and a blue in my body armor, that would be amazing. Please. And it's trash. Well, what do you expect? So after several weeks, I finally have an Ignite ProLif, which I'm very happy about. I'm probably going to end up shelving the Ignite Earthquake character for a while. I mean, it's really janky and I enjoy playing it. The problem is I just can't keep it alive. In tier 14, like, you would think I'd be tanky at this point because I've got like 13k armor. But dude, I just die to everything. I did the Minotaur map like twice. That felt really nice like you saw earlier. But mapping just feels so bad right now. I really need some gear. I mean, like, if I could, like, slam just a little bit more damage on that axe, that might be enough. Because the problem I'm having now is I drop so much damage just to stay alive that now everything's starting to take a long time to kill, which feels really bad. So I'm going to farm on this guy for a while, get some currency, try to get a 6 link. If I don't get a 6 link, I might just roll as a 5 link and see how it goes. There's 2 possible characters I might be playing with Ignite, but I definitely want to play a damage over time character. And sorry if you're disappointed about the chieftain, but I might go back to it if I get gear for it. But as it stands right now, no. So I went back to my Frostblade Slayer. The nice thing about the like the 2 characters, the Earthquake and the Frostblades, is I can like the only thing I need to steal from this character is the body armor, and the colors aren't crazy. So it just took me like 15 chromes or whatever, and I was back on this build. So that's a positive at least. Hey, if you made this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We are a little over 1,400 red maps. Pretty happy with that. The Earthquake guy was pretty slow at mapping, but overall, the character is very fun if you want a really janky character. But I have so many more builds I want to play. There's no chance I'm going to be able to play him with that character going at that speed. But I'm going to keep him in the back of my mind. The next Exalted Orb is going to go for that axe. Because if I could hit tier 1 any kind of damage, honestly, it might save the character. Anyway, the currency is looking pretty good. I've got, 200 alchemies, almost 200 regrets, which of course can turn to alchemies at any time. I got a couple divines, don't really need those right now. The main thing is that I changed recently is I did change my loot filter to show all the eye level 84 bases, which of course, obviously I'm going to use to try to craft some really nice gear. The next character I play is almost certainly going to be an armor character, but you never really know. Outside of that, just normal jewelry crafting and stuff like that. I have absolutely no... Whoa, I lied. I thought I had no fusings. Wait. Please? Damn, dude. This is by far, like, the worst fusing luck I've ever had on Ruthless. But, I mean, to be fair, it had to happen at some point, and I'd rather get my bad luck out now, so it's no big deal. Anyway, though, this character is great, of course. You already know all about the Frostblades build. I'm going to reroll. I just don't know what I'm going to roll into. The main thing I need right now is Ignite ProLif, and if I get that, I'm probably going to play another Ignite character. Anyway, just a reminder, I will not be streaming this Friday. I'm really sorry. Everything is lining up all at once. This week and maybe some of next week is going to be crazy busy for me. But I will try to make as many videos as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at some point.